Nothing like starting your morning having done one eyebrow and then realizing you've run out of eyebrow pencil. Alrighty, problem solved. But now I have another conundrum. I have an hour and 15 minutes until I need to leave for a Pilates class, which is exciting, but I kind of want to go to the farmer's market, but I also need to eat. If it takes me 45 minutes to get there, look around a little bit, come back, then I still have half an hour.
That should work, right?
I could always get there, park, realize I don't have enough time, and then just turn around and come home. It will be okay. Yes? Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave without feeding you. You will get fed. Yes, go to the kitchen. I'll meet you there.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, good. Can I do an iced almond milk latte just with honey? Thank you.
I got the coffee, got back home, got my Pilates socked, put my hair up, so I'm ready. But now I literally have to go right now. I was going to like make myself like a little yogurt bowl for breakfast, but we ain't got time for that. So instead, I'm gonna take one of these guys to go. I also just really don't want to have to try to digest like solid food and then do an hour workout class. That sounds miserable. In a pinch, this is a good option. So this is my 4th Pilates class. I did 3 like beginners classes. You have to do 3 before they let you do like the regular people Pilates. Honestly, didn't see a difference between the beginner one and this one, but this is my 4th one. And I don't want to say it's growing on me because it's not really growing on me, but like it's kind of growing on me.
Am I gonna become a Pilates girly? I don't know.
Like if you've been following me for a while, you're probably like,
Marissa doing Pilates? Who is she?
but here we are. It's all part of the journey. And I want to talk more about that later, but I have plans with my roommate to go to the beach, and so I need to zoom on home, not zoom past the speed limit, but go the speed limit to get home so that we can go to the beach before she has to go to work. So let's go. This Barbie's job is beach. I'm just gonna have to grab another snack to go. Ooh, maybe I'll grab some berries. Oh, I can eat raspberries on the beach, but I kind of want to save the raspberries for when I have yogurt when I get back from the beach. I do have extra blueberries. Maybe I'll bring blueberries. Today is just gonna be a weird day of eating, and we're just gonna have to deal with it because, as you may or may not be able to tell from this video, I am just rushing from one place to another today, and I did not prep ahead for this, so it is what it is, and we're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, in case anyone is wondering, this is a continuous glucose monitor from Levels. I am testing it out and I'm very excited about it, but more on that in a future video. Let's go. All right, this is what we have gathered for the snack. I have a Papa Steve's no junk raw protein bar. These are actually delicious and amazing in a pinch. Very great ingredients, high protein. Grabbing a kombucha for the hydration and for the deliciousness and the probiotics. And then this is what I have left of 1 container of blueberries. So I figured I'd bring that with me. So this will just hold me over until beach is over. It's definitely warmer than the cold plunge. Hello, pelican friend. Will you eat me if I get too close? Okay, you're coming closer. I will back away. Honestly, trying to film while swimming? Probably not the move. Probably not the move. The ocean decided to wash off makeup, which makes sense because it's not waterproof mascara. Anyway, this is why I prefer to have a giant breakfast and a giant dinner, because I am starving, and this will be the 3rd time that I've eaten, and then I'm gonna eat a 4th time, and then I'm gonna have dinner. So I will just have been thinking about food literally all day. But I just got back from the beach. I'm starving. I want a shower, so I'm just gonna have a little snack, have like a couple handfuls of these, jump in the shower, and then have like not even a real meal, because at this point it's too late for like a whole real meal, or at least like a Marissa size meal.
So I guess it'll be a normal person size meal, honestly.
But I'm so hungry. Finally, I have what feels like real food. I'm honestly not the biggest yogurt fan, so when I do have yogurt, I try to make my bowl less than 50% yogurt. So this is just topped with all of the berries and nuts and seeds. Eating it this way is quite good. So kind of to go back to what I was saying about Pilates earlier, I've been experimenting with a bunch of different styles of exercise. As you guys know, I've kept you in the loop. I've moved away from resistance training. I'm not lifting. Like the other day, I went outside to do my normal like animal flow primal movement style stuff, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do some Romanian deadlifts. So I did that. But like for the most part, I'm not like actively resistance training. I'm dabbling in other stuff, trying new workout classes, and it's been really fun and interesting and cool. And the way it feels for me now is like I'm expanding my movement vocabulary. The deeper I get into that, the more I realize how limited I was with resistance training. And just as a caveat, I feel like I have to say this every time, just because I'm not resistance training anymore doesn't mean I don't recommend it. Like, it is still the thing that I think most people should do and should be focusing on, or at least have like as an integral part of your regular exercise routine. But like for me, that was all I had done. And while it does provide so much, there is some stuff that it doesn't do as much of. And so in doing these other workout classes and exploring these other forms of movement, I am moving my body in new ways, and it is forcing me to see all those tiny little gaps in where I wasn't as strong as I would like to be. Not necessarily like physical strength, but just like the ability to do something well kind of strong. And it's making me see just where I have so much potential for growth and improvement and stuff. Like today in the Pilates class, we were doing a lot of core. I say core because most people think when you're training core, you're training like your abs, like your 6-pack abs. It's not what most core work is. If you actually want to get a 6-pack, I recommend watching my video about ab training for a 6-pack. Pilates ain't gonna do that. Most core workouts on the internet aren't gonna do that.
That's a rant for another day.
But where I wanted to go with this is that a lot of core workouts also train your hip flexors very heavily. And because I haven't done a lot of core workouts, I also have not trained my hip flexors, which like normally that's not something one would focus on, because since we're sitting all day, a lot of people have really tight hip flexors already. And so it's not really something that I ever thought to integrate into my training because it didn't really seem necessary. But as I started getting into running and I did a consultation with a running coach, who was like, you should strengthen your hip flexors a little bit because you are very posterior chain dominant. I was like, it's a good point. I really like deadlifting. I really like hip thrusting. Like that's my thing. So I am very posterior chain dominant, as in like back glutes, hamstrings is where I derive my physical power from. He was like, you're built like a sprinter, not like a runner. I was like, that's true. And that's mostly genetic. Like I'm built exactly like my mom. I could change it a little bit through training, but honestly, I don't really care if I'm built like a sprinter versus a runner. But like if I'm trying to run, that's just important to know. I do think I should go to like a different Pilates studio or try some other classes, because like even the one that I did today was kind of just as boring and basic as the like intro classes. But I've seen people do Pilates and they seem to think it's really intense, and this just wasn't, even within the workout that I didn't feel like is a great workout because I didn't feel like I was working particularly hard, it still highlighted things that like I do need to work on more. I've done a couple pole dancing classes now, and there's so much space in there for me to get better with my movement. I've done a couple classes that are a combo of like yoga weights and cardio in a heated room, and like that's just something my body is not used to. Like it's just an adaptation that my body has not had to go through. Yes, Cleo. 1 minute. And so like that's showing me where I can grow and where I can make improvements, and it's been fun. So basically I wanted to ask you guys for more recommendations for like fitness classes and things for me to try, because apparently I'm a group fitness girly now. I'm really not. It's not my passion. Maybe it will become my passion, but for now group fitness is still not where my heart is, but it is where the growth is. It is where I can play around and explore and find the places in which I need to grow. So trying new fun things is where I'm at, and building this movement vocabulary is where I'm at, and like establishing this new foundation from which to build is where I'm at. It's been a really interesting place to be, because for so long in my fitness journey I've had very specific tangible goals. So like building muscle, losing fat, reverse dieting, getting stronger, and like having something very specific that I have programmed all my training around and I know I'm working towards. And so there's a much more like tangible purpose when I go into the workout. And now I'm in a place where like the purpose feels a lot less tangible. And like in my head I still have goals. I know what I want. Like I've said I want to move beautifully, like that is the goal, but like that's not very tangible, you know? It's not very specific. It's not something you can quantify. And so it's been really psychologically interesting to transition to this, because I have found myself not necessarily not feeling as motivated to work out, because like I work out because I love myself and because I believe that like exercising every day is one of the greatest forms of self-love. The drive that I had that came from the very tangible goals is now kind of gone, and I feel like I'm just kind of like
floating around trying to like find myself within exercise again.
And just like as someone who so strongly identifies with being like a fitness girly, that's kind of a weird place to be, right? Is like I'm still doing the fitness things, but beyond that I don't really have that attachment or tether to anything specific, and I don't have a goal that's pulling me through. So that's just something that I'm navigating now that I think is really interesting. But I also think it's okay, and I think it's gonna force me to dig a lot deeper with my relationship with exercise and with fitness, because I feel like it's kind of similar to when I went through topical steroid withdrawal. Before I went through that, I had found my love for my body in my strength and in, you know, my ability to like physically do things. Like I had gone the deeper level beyond like how I looked to like how I felt and how I moved and how strong I was, etc. And then I lost my strength and my ability to move, and so I had to dig a level deeper to really learn how to fully embody self-love when my body itself was essentially shutting down. And I was able to find that self-love in understanding that like my body is my best friend and it's always on my team and it's always there for me. And that was very transformative. And I feel like that's kind of happening in my exercise journey right now, where I have like peeled off a layer that I had reached, and now I'm gonna have to like dig deeper and find something deeper, which is fun. It's cool. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know how it's gonna go, but this is where we're at. And I'm happy I have you guys joining me on this journey. Just finished a lot of work for the day, going on a little evening pre-dinner walk, getting my steps in. As we are nearing the end of August, nearing the end of summer, I feel like this is a great time to remind everyone that if you do have aesthetic-based goals that you want to reach, this is often the time that people start, I don't want to say slacking off, but like start not being as active towards those goals, because like holidays are coming up. It's a great time to, you know, have a little fun instead of focus on fitness. But if you want to crush your goals in 2025, like if you have the desire to set a fat loss goal for January of 2025 for the new year, or any sort of aesthetic goal, this next chunk of time, like the rest of 2024, is the time to prep for that goal. Like this is the best time to lay the foundation so that you can hit the ground running in 2025 and not start out with another like crash diet, yo-yo diet, something that's going to result in like short-term progress but not long-term success. If you have a slow metabolism, you don't want to spend the next few months kind of restricting, not really being sure what you're doing, and then trying to lose fat at the beginning of the year, because you're still gonna have a slow metabolism, and so your fat loss program is not going to be effective. So if this is the case for you, now is a great time to start exploring how to build a stronger, healthier, more robust metabolism. And of course, I have my course Reverse Dieting 101, but if this is like relatively new information for you, then I highly recommend checking out my free mini course, Metabolism Mastery, because that'll give you kind of like the baseline information that you need to know about metabolic health in the sense of like speed of your metabolism and how that relates to fat loss and things that you can do to start speeding up your metabolism. On the other hand, if you don't necessarily have a slow metabolism but you still want to hit the ground running in 2025 with some fat loss or fitness goals, this would be a great time to do my free 35 Thrive challenge, because that helps you build just like a strong, healthy, stable foundation. Like it just builds good habits into your fitness lifestyle that will be really, really helpful for you to have so that you can hit the ground running in 2025. So basically, whether you have a slow metabolism or just want to set up a really strong foundation going into the new year so that you can reach your goals for once and for all and not have to spend every new year thinking about fat loss or aesthetic goals, check out my free stuff. I'll link it down in the description box below. So, like I said, I am experimenting with a CGM, continuous glucose monitor, and I'm making a whole video about it. It's very exciting. But for the first like week or so, I basically ate my normal diet just to see how my normal foods affected my blood sugar and gather that data. And now I'm in the process of slowly modifying things to try to like optimize my glucose and just see what that would look like for me and my body. So I have meal prepped this dinner. It's basically a giant taco bowl, but it's like relatively low carb, high fiber, high protein, high fat, which like in theory should keep my blood sugar pretty stable. I think the only thing that would maybe spike it, I guess salsa. Tomatoes are relatively high sugar. I didn't think about that. We'll see. But like that's the whole point, is I'm just experimenting right now. So that's what I'm making for dinner. Oh no. I put the lid on this when it was still warm.
And I think it vacuum sealed itself.
You're gonna be watching. Oh, I got it. Let me know in the comments if there's a trick for opening up Tupperware that's been vacuum sealed because you closed it while it was too hot and stuck it in the fridge. I do that way too
I
often.
feel like there was something else that I was gonna put in this.
Really hope this avocado's ripe. I haven't done grocery delivery in 5 ever, but I was really busy the other day and I really needed groceries, so just like screw it, I'll do delivery. But you always know that like they're never gonna get you the exact produce that like you would have picked out if you were at the grocery store. Surprisingly, this avocado does not seem incredibly unripe. It's probably not as ripe as I would have liked, but it's fine. Clearly, the foods and stuff that I ate earlier today were not to optimize glucose. It was just to optimize the fact that I needed to eat and was very busy, and that was all I had. Okay, I'm gonna do a second radish and some, should I do the sauerkraut? No, that's weird for a taco. I'm just doing a second radish. This looks so good. I am so excited for this.
My dinner was so good, you guys should be jealous.
And then I had about a third left over of this guy, so I had this for dessert. And now I'm about to make my nightly gut health beverage. I don't know, it's just been a bunch of things I've been throwing in with some almond milk and drinking almost every night, and I like it. Makes my digestion feel good. It's the Bioptimizer's Microbiome Breakthrough. I do a whole scoop of this. And then I also have their Mushroom Breakthrough, which is adaptogenic mushrooms and collagen. So I do like a half a scoop of this because I only do like a cup of liquid and I don't want to do too many powders. And then because I'm only doing half a scoop of this, I do a little half scoop of collagen because I still want the amount of collagen that I would have. And then lately I've been adding in my Viome probiotic prebiotic stick so that I can get that in there too. And this is homemade almond, cashew, and flax milk.
The next day.
That was my day yesterday.
So I didn't finish the vlog last night, but here we are today. Yesterday I did a little Pilates, went for a little ocean swim. There was not that much swimming involved. Little ocean bobbing around for a hot minute. And today my exercise is gonna be going for a hike. Let me know what questions you guys have about my new exploration of exercise, because it's a journey that I'm very excited about and I'm excited to take you guys along with me, but I want to know what you want to know so that I can share all the things that would be helpful. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Do make sure you go check out either 35 Thrive or Metabolism Mastery. Take advantage of the end of 2024 to lay a super strong, solid foundation for your fitness journey going into 2025. Now is the time to build the foundation if you haven't done so already. So I'll link those down in the description box below. In the meantime, if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your gym buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. See future videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you're notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!